Oh, hey y'all, I'm Loris the Somm, and it's time for another episode of the Wine Fairy Podcast. We're drinking American wines, so pull up. All right, babies, so here we have for you some more American wines. These are coming from Gary Ferrell Wines over in Russian River Valley. It's an AVA of Sonoma County. It comes as it sounds at the mouth of a riverbed, right? It's like vines on a river, which allow the vines to have continual access to water. It cools the grapes down, right? Because there's wind that hits off water that cools it down. A lot of nerdy stuff going on in there. So here we have the Gary Ferrell Vineyards and Winery. I have the 2022 Chardonnay, Russian River Valley, Russian River selection of some really lovely Sonoma County fruit here. And then we've got the 21 Russian River Valley, Russian River selection Pinot as well, okay? I don't have the tech sheet for the Russian River Chard, but I'm going to just guess that it's coming from the same vineyards. Also fermenting in similar quantities of oak here, right? We've got just on the tech sheet, we know that Gary is using 100% Pinot here. It is 40% new French oak, 13 months, right? So we're probably going to use like 30% here. If we turn, that was fast. If we turn our label as well, right? You see these numbers here. You see these numbers? Correlating to quality, okay? You can always tell. And anytime you see a QR code, I'm gonna bet you there's a map. I'm just betting there's a map there. Okay, y'all, you know I love a map, so check it out here. We have Sonoma Valley right here, right? Here is San Francisco. You see Oakland, and then we're going up just a little bit. Bow, we're right here, right over to Sacramento, right? We're about right this way to Sacramento. Remember this little body of water right there? All right, flipping. Oh. This right here is the Russian River Valley, okay? That whole little river right there, that is the Russian River. And you can see in this map that it gets pretty green, right? We're really deep, right? Almost at zero sea level, all right? And then you see it kind of comes up just a little bit to some mountains, but we're never really going over, like, I'd say 6,000 feet in elevation. They only sent me a tech sheet for the Pinot, okay? So the specifics on the Chard I do not have. However, I will use the information on the tech sheet for the Pinot to glean information that I have here. Yes. Okay, it's called deductive tasting for a reason. Let me say it again. It's called deductive tasting for a reason. All right, now let's get into it. Now, there's not much on the back of the label. I'll show you still. Okay. There is a bottling number, which lets you know what series of bottle it was. I like that for larger productions because it lets me know that they're still carrying through that like quality. You know, the fact that someone's touching each and every bottle is a lot of work. It's a lot of labor that goes into that. So, good sign. Good sign. Giving you the tips and tricks of wine. Read your label. Read it. Listen. If you reading a label is very important. Why? Why is it important? It's going to tell you what's going on in the bottle, okay? The things that you don't know, you'll be able to find out by just simply reading the label, okay? Take case in point. This is what we're trying today, right? This Gary Ferrell wines. Okay, check this out. You see how it has a bottling number on there. You see that right there, right? That bottling number right there. Okay. That is something that they do, one, in countries that have a more strict regulatory system within the AOC, where they have to send their wines to somebody for them to review them because it's baked into the government. Oh, I'm not even done. I stopped myself from rambling off into the world of wine law right now because it goes all the way back, sis. Now, why does that matter? What do you care, right? Well, let me tell you what that means. That little number means that of their production, they've counted every single bottle. Every single bottle. And they gave it a number. They said, this is this, of this lot, of this bottling, at this time. Do you know how expensive it is for human hands to touch every single bottle you have? You care about what you're doing. That's what that means. That's a good sign. So, excited to find out what juice is in here. Very excited. Very excited. Let's go. Once again, I just want to thank Glassfin for these beautiful glasses because Lord knows I am a stickler for the glassware. All right, it's time to get things cracking. Again, we're starting with the Chard. And again, she's at tasting temperature, which is not serving temperature. They're two different things. All right. So, again, when we are opening bottles of wine, we're using a wine key, a butler's key, that should have a knife, a double hinge, and a screw, okay? We use the knife first to cut our foil at not right here. Not right here. Don't you do it. I swear to God, don't you do that. Second lip, okay? Look, watch this. Watch, let me show you. You go second lip, come under. You see how far back I am? Okay, so far back. You're gonna scoop under that lip, just like that. You're gonna flip the key. Go from the other side. You're gonna match. And again, flip it. Okay? You're gonna take the bottle, slice it diagonally, and you see what's happening. All I'm gonna have to do is push it now. Oh, see, I didn't do it right. I didn't cut all the way through at the bottom, and that's why that happens, okay? That's why that happens. Tear it off. There you go. All right. Now, you take your screw. We're going to go at an angle. Back up so you can see. We're going to go at an angle into the bottle. I can't see while I'm trying to do this for y'all. Into the bottle. There we go. See that? See that? It's I'm not touching it because it's in there. That's how you know it's in there. Then once it's in there, you see I'm turning the key and not the bottle? That is key. You get to this point. Okay? The screw's gonna tell you where to go. You get there. And you stop. And look, you see how easy that was? Right there on the lever. You hold it. Because it's gonna go 1. I'm gonna take the second part. Put it right there. 2. Hold it again. And just pull her up. Okay? Right here is where I actually hold the cork itself and just for that beautiful sound of nothing. Nothing. Don't you be popping bottles. That's not cute. We don't do that. That's destroying the wine. I said what I said. Now it's time to taste some wine. Yeah. Let's see what's happening. That's all you need to taste. Okay. She is quite watery, Again, I'm getting a piece of white pepper so you can see the color. And again, yes, white, pale yellow, watery, whitish. Just a hint of couleurs. I was very right on that wood. You know, it's not as heavy as a 40%, nor would I think it would be. It's Chardonnay. It should be a little softer. But there is some of that like malolactic, you know, like brioche, biscuity, zhuzh going on. There's a little bit of this vanilla-iness to her, which lets me know that new oak is new oaking. And the fruit, you know, it is it's really bright, not underripe, but ripe apples and like Fuji apples, a little Meyer lemon, because again, we're talking about curdy, like is meringued, you know, like tangy and nom 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 in the mouth. Yeah, for sure that. Yeah, the minerality is still really there. It's not overpowering the oak, which is nice. I hate an overpowered oak. All right, let's put it in our mouths. That's a nice scent. Ooh, that made my mouth water a little bit though. I was thinking 13.5. It's 13.7. Because that alcohol, that's what made my mouth water, right? I brought my mouth forward a little bit and it started to salivate. Like the spit on my tongue started to fall forward. It's still doing that. This is a wine for food. Do not drink this without food. You will be hungover. Not because it's bad or anything like that. But just because it's a powerful wine. Like, it's going to hit you sooner than you think it's going to hit you because it's 13.7 for a white wine. She said, give me roast chicken, put it in my mouth right now. You know, I do think that she may be too young. She's really full and really not aggressive, but she coats my mouth. Like, I know it's in my mouth. And that that long-lasting power, baby. She's a little power broker. Okay. It's a little salty, but like salmon is salty. Versus the Chablis, that would be salty like you just swallowed seawater salty. You see how it's different? She actually feels like fatter in my mouth, right? Like, there's like, it's like the difference between bacon fat and oil fat, like just like grease fat. You know, like it doesn't, is slickier, whereas this is like hefty and really in your mouth and really just like unctuous, really like vibrating back there. You know, she's good for where she's at. She's not my style. She's not my fave, but definitely a nice little wine. All right then. On to the Pinot. Okay, so the Pinot Noir, I actually have the tech sheet for, so let me give you a little bit of extra information on that wine. All right, so the vineyards here: Hallberg, Roccioli, McDonald Mountain, Martiala, Galpi, Nonella, Pratt Lakeview, Marshall Rance, Castro, and Abigail's. Listen. So basically, he's saying these are the best vineyards, really, in the entirety of Russian River Valley. And we're going to taste it. It does spend 13 months in 40% new oak, like I said. It is 13.9. Interesting fact about this winery is that in this vintage, they just let nature do her thing. And when I say they let nature do her thing, I mean they also let nature decide when and what vines to prune. Which means they are talking about super non-intervention in the vineyard. Is that what I'm getting here? Because the presentation, okay, but see, when I see something like this concentrated color on a Pinot cap, I do get excited. I do get very excited because it just gives me a sense that you're not doing a whole lot, but everything about this packaging, everything in my spirit is like, no, they be doing a lot. But let's see. Oh, I like that color of Pinot. I like that color already. Already I like that color of Pinot. Ooh, daddy. See, I like that. That brilliance, that rube, that like, there's just a touch of the fuchsia in me, but I'm light. Oh, she smells great. It's whole clustery. There's a tech sheet. One sec. Oh! Listen. After careful hand sorting, watch this. Some of the grapes were gently distilled, while a small percentage of the fruit was added later as whole clusters. Now let me tell you how I know that. Okay. So when I smell, I get this deep cherry essence, right? But I'm also thinking she's Sonoma County. This is New World wine. This is where your theory comes in, okay? For people that want to study, this is how we do deductive tasting. Hi. Okay. Now, you get that deep cherry. I also know that this is California wine, but what I can smell is telling me potting soil. It's telling me earth. It's brown. It's green. It's mossy. It smells like I'm in the middle of a forest. And for me, there's only two things that can do that. You got some good soil, and you're probably doing whole cluster. Like there's just the greenness, that like barky pull that I'm smelling. Is coming from this. It's coming from stems. It's coming from stems. That's it. Like, it's coming from stems because that is how winemaking works. Okay? Now, on. We continue. It's got a little bit of that bacon. I love that. And the new wood just like really does treat this really well. You know, it's not overpowering. It's not like all I can taste is baked beans. This is a really lovely one. Now to taste this bad boy. Mm. Mm. I think we need some time to ourselves. If you'll excuse us. Mm. Please don't tell anybody that I like drinking American wine now. I think I might lose my street cred. Or maybe, you know, we can just drink better American wine because it exists. It exists. It's so savory. It's got so much balance. It's so earthy. The earth and fruit combo. The earth and fruit combo. Gary. Okay. Carrie. Why you do this to me? You know, I'm very happy about this because I had to double check. You know, everything that they were saying just sounded it sounded a little too good to be true. But that's what happens when you actually care about the land you growing your wine on and you don't want to do nothing to it, and it's good as hell. Okay, I almost really cussed just now. It's good. It's good. They've taken the sustainable pledge. They let nature do the work in this year, and they saw doing it for a little bit of time, and okay. Looks like I can add this producer to my list of approved Americans. And now it's time for wine news. Yeah. Mm-mm-mm. All right, baby. So put on your calendar a couple new events for our boss girls out there. Get in the bag. The female executives in media and entertainment are having an event with Vinavore. Go on, girl. Listen, if you don't know about Vinavore, they are women-only wines over in Silver Lake. Go hit them up. Get a bottle. Tell them I sent you. So I am... Listen, if you in that industry, if you trying to network and hobnob, go on, hit that Google. FEME. Next on the list, we've got a little fun jib. It is the Rose Bowl Wine Festival, April 20th. Go ahead and get your tickets. You know it's going to be a good one. If you like them flowers, you will have a great time over at the Rose Bowl. They do it every year. It's phenoms. The tickets include your food and wine, okay? So get into it. And then, last but not least, the San Fernando Valley Food and Wine Festival is coming to a campus near you, okay? April 27th from 4 to 7 p.m. And if you do get one of them special priority VIP tickets, you get a whole extra hour to wine and dine. That's what we... Yes, and yes again. All right? I am still hosting an event later on at the end of the month, so please reach out to Blackbird Collective to see how you can get your ticket today. Okay, babies? All right, well, that's been enough. You see my puppy is Ty. She's ready for naps. I'm Laura Somm, and this has been another episode of the Wine Fairy Podcast.